So I guess best to get some 3-1 out of the way in case I would be able to actually beat it today. Would be pretty easy to do. Oh. Hey, ja, alles gut bei dir? Immer gut deutsche Repräsentation zu haben. Ja, dachte mir, hat schon auf easy. Dachte mir, sonst streame ich auch nicht, beziehungsweise sonst speedrun ich nicht, also streamt man einfach mal. Gut. Ich erinnere mich auch gar nicht mehr, ob in 3.1 überhaupt eine Cutscene am Anfang war. Ich glaube schon, ansonsten. Ja, aber.
Let's go see if there's any other way into the village.
Die Frage ist auch überhaupt, vielleicht sollte ich erstmal nochmal ein Video schauen, damit ich überhaupt weiß, wo ich wohin muss. Ja, ziemlich knapp auf jeden Fall. Ich glaube, ich schaue nochmal, nur um sicher zu gehen. Ich glaube, es gab 3. I think there were 3 different enemy groups I had to kill. Set this timer. I actually have a representation of how long it actually takes me if I actually get it today. Usually a bit fussy when it comes to the 3-1 skip, especially if you try to get it first try. That's probably easier than to find my video on my YouTube channel. Ja, genau. Ich versuche im Endeffekt gerade alle meine, nicht nur PBs, sondern auch allgemein alle ILs zu verbessern, wenn es irgendwas zu verbessern gibt. Es gibt ein paar, da kann man eigentlich nichts mehr verbessern, aber bei den meisten ja. Skips lernen an sich nicht. Ich habe zwar noch vor, irgendwann Full-Game-Runs zu machen, aber zumindest zurzeit nicht. Und du, ich bin mir gerade nicht sicher, ob du auch ein Runner bist oder ob du einfach nur so aus Langeweile im... Und ich weiß gar nicht, ob du überhaupt aus dem Discord kommst oder ob du von meinem YouTube-Channel kommst. Ja, aber auf jeden Fall, ja, ich versuche jetzt zu verbessern. Das ist eine Gruppe, wo man Energie braucht. Okay, ja, eigentlich nur eine Gruppe, wo man wirklich Energie braucht, der Rest ist nicht selbsterklärend. Ah, okay, ja. Ja, so habe ich damals auch angefangen. Ja, aus Spaß zu Speedrun. Und denkt man sich, ja, irgendwann kann man ja mal Leaderboards was versuchen.
Let's go see if there's any other way into the village.
Ja, Winkel war nicht gut. Leider. Das Problem, ich würde nicht unbedingt sagen, es ist der schwerste Skip First Try zu machen, aber wahrscheinlich von der Technik her wahrscheinlich Top 5 schwersten First Try. Wieso Knack?
Let's go see if there's any other way into the village.
Also wirklich Speedrunning-mäßig bin ich reingekommen damals über Mirror's Edge. Das ist aber auch nur casual. Und ich hatte eine Phase, in der ich ziemlich viele Platin-Trophäen gefarmt habe. Und da ist mir irgendwann bei Knack ein Skip aufgefallen. Hab auf speedrun.com geschaut, ob es den Skip schon gab, beziehungsweise Leute den kannten, hab gesehen, das ist im Endeffekt ein Dead Game. Aber es gab einen Forum-Post, ich glaube, der war ja zu dem Zeitpunkt 1 oder 2 Wochen alt, von Back to No One, ist auch bei uns im Discord. Und der meinte, yo, er hätte Interesse, das zu speedrunnen, gibt es irgendjemanden, der Bock hat? Und ich dachte mir, ich habe eh nichts Besseres zu tun. So haben wir dann zusammen gespeedrunnt. Ich glaube, damals, als wir angefangen haben, da gab es nur 4 Leute, glaube ich, auf dem Leaderboard. Genau. Und er hat im Endeffekt, alle haben das Game verlassen. Damals gab es auch den Discord noch gar nicht, den habe ich, glaube ich, sogar damals aufgemacht. Genau. So war es im Endeffekt. So bin ich zu dem Game gekommen. Und dann dachte ich mir irgendwann, okay, brauche ein anderes Game zum Speedrun. Und ja, Knack 2 gab es damals schon. Und dann dachte ich mir, okay, kann man ja Knack 2 spielen. Und so bin ich in den Games gelandet. Truth be told, ich denke auch nicht, dass es ein gutes Game ist. Aber zu Speedrun ist eigentlich ganz fun. Zumindest IELTS. Ich bin kein großer Fan von Full Game Runs, muss ich sagen. Ich glaube, ich übe den erstmal, bevor ich jetzt anfange, unendlich viel zu resetten. Und wie bist du damals zu dem Game gekommen? Einfach auch, okay, du hast das Game mal gespielt, hast gesehen, oh, es gibt Speedruns dafür? Oder wie war es bei dir? Was finde ich besser? Zu Speedrun Knack 1, Casual Play Knack 2. Aber beide sind nicht gut. Zumindest Casual, beide sind nicht gut. Also ich erinnere mich damals, als ich auch gesagt habe, Knack 2 hätte ich nicht damals schon vorgehabt zu Speedrun, ich glaube, ich hätte nicht mal das erste Kapitel gemacht. War so langweilig. Mal schon. Ja. Nicht gut. Weil man sagen muss, oh, hey, Alat. Yeah, I'm grinding to improve basically all times that I can. Hey. Now also the English-speaking people are coming in, I guess. Unless everyone still here is German, but I don't think so. I think Elat, no. Is Elat American? I don't know. But everyone here is German, I guess. I guess I'll switch to English. But yes, trying to improve as many IL times as I can. I already saw like some of the vids, like basically nothing to improve on, so don't think I'm gonna do anything here. But yeah, there's a couple ILs that definitely can have some improvement. Start the timer to see how long I need for 3-1, 3-1. And at the end of the day, is only one skip. Once you get that, you're basically done. Last time I did it, I did get it first try, I think. But I completely forgot what happens after, so I basically can easily improve, like, I hope 5 to 10 seconds. Not even sure if I actually need those sunstone crystals, might be able to just walk off of those. Also, I guess usually with the boomerang guy, he destroys his own crystals behind them, but I get the angle I have because of the other sunstone crystal is not good. So maybe if I want those even. I don't think I actually need those. I think if I looked at my old video, I had like half of like a sunstone bar still left when I ended it. And realistically speaking, I only need one anyways to actually do the level well. And that would be right after doing the skip. So as long as I have the crystals or the energy for one move, I should be good to go. Also, I'm not really sure how to do that best. Maybe it's a combination of single jump and double jump, but I'm not. I don't want to say I'm that try-hard, but yeah. I think regards to slow motion, so that I have, I think, kind of figured that out when I was grinding 1-2 and 1-1. Is the way I think slow motion in this game works is that basically there is a range to that slow motion. So, for example, in 1-1 and 1-2, what we do, I think, is we attack them slightly outside of that maximum range. So let's say, for example, slow-mo triggers at 10 range or less, but like the Knack model reaches out to slightly further than that. If you perfectly hit the enemies, you're not going to trigger the slow motion. I think that's what's happening there. Or at least in those two instances, I think that's what happens. Is that you are outside of the slow motion range. And for some reason they probably coded that if you do it with Sunstone Energy, it ignores that range or something. But that would be my guess. Because yeah, like, I'm not sure with 1-2, because 1-2 it's extremely easy for the setup. But in 1-1, in my opinion at least, the setup to get that is actually relatively precise. And when I tried doing it, I actually had to... I had to reset a ton of times. I think Red is actually... I mean, I don't know how often he resets, but from what I've seen, his 1-1 is actually much better than mine. I think he also has the better time anyways. What's my favorite game of all time? Like, I guess for me it would be World of Warcraft during my peak time, where I basically grinded 24/7. Because, yeah, like, prime time World of Warcraft, I don't think there's a lot that beats that. Just because of the whole social aspect of it as well. And I have to justify myself for putting so much time into it, so I guess, yeah. But if we are talking console, probably either Mirror's Edge or Luigi's Mansion, the first one. Those would probably be my two favorite console games, if I had to just name two off the top of my head. Yes, English they teach in German schools. I can attest that there's a lot of people, even in German schools, that are bad at English. I was lucky enough to have family that is very... how would I say the best? They really like the US, so I've been to the US a lot. Bye-bye, Jake. Or Dave, whichever one of the two you are. There we go. Wait, so... yeah, I wanted to use energy on those. I wasn't sure if it was this one or the next one, but yeah, those are the ones. Actually, I'm not even sure if you want to use energy. I guess what you could do is... You could jump further to the left and then just use missiles. I think that's better than going straight, but I don't know regarding range. But I mean, there's also the extended skip where you go all the way to the left, so I guess range is not an issue in that regard. Wait, Commander, which enemies are you talking about where you're actually not getting slow-mo? Is it the first ones? The ones with the gate, I mean? Probably. Actually, the setup I'm currently using for the skip, in my opinion, is actually quite easy. As you can see, I basically got it like back to back. Okay, that's... So I guess you don't do it from all the way to the left. So yeah, you need 5 backdashes. I mean, yes, the skip for like someone who hasn't done it like 100 times like me, yes, it's rough. I agree, it's probably one of the most complicated ones because you also have to change angles and positions. Actually, it used to be also, in my opinion, extremely rough before I found out that for the... So the only one that is really... I mean, the first 3 are basically a given. Those you get nearly every time. The problem is number 4 and number 5. For number 4, it's just... Yeah, you have to hit the... you just have to hit it. There's no special thing to it. But the 5th one, actually, what you can do is you can... So I try to show that now. You can go a little bit to the left of it. Yeah. And if you go a bit to the left of it, for some reason, it's easier to actually get, like... If I have, with the old version, which is just you try to somehow get it, I would also say I had really miserable hit rate. But with the new setup, as long as my positioning is okay-ish, I would say I get it every time. So actually, I think with that setup, I'm not sure if I would say it's full game viable because I have to look up how many seconds it actually saves. Yeah, like, I mean, it took me a couple hours to actually get it for the first time anyways, when I did not know the correct setup. I think... Yeah, I knew of all the different dashes outside of the 5th one. That one was basically the one that I had the most trouble with. But yeah, with that setup, and once you obviously know where to actually dash to, it's pretty decent. It's positioned. Shoot it. Yeah, probably. That would help if I actually positioned my left stick correctly. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I also don't know. So I have a pretty shit controller, to be honest. Like this is... I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. A third-party controller, obviously, because I mean, paying $70 for a controller, no one does that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's broken. So I actually don't have a controller anymore that fully works. So basically, I'm playing everything with a slightly broken. This is the least broken controller I have, so that's why I'm using this one.
Let's go see if there's any
Okay, let me
the village.
check in a moment about your message alert. I cannot actually see the verb you use because in OBS it actually covers it with the emote button. So in a second I'll check that message. But yeah, actually I think I've gotten the slow-mo like every single time, so I'm not sure what you're doing different, but yeah. Regarding Shockwave, I'm actually not sure about the Shockwave behavior. The only thing I know is that I'm pretty sure it's the same with the left joystick for the empowered version. I think the empowered version... you can also direct with your left stick, even after using it. But I mean, you're never gonna use empowered Shockwave. I can't think of a single instance where you actually want to use that. So if you're gonna use it, it's just gonna be accidentally anyways. But yeah, regarding general Shockwave, I guess the only thing I can think of is depending on the size of Knack, the Shockwave's also gonna be bigger. Yeah. So let's see. Already wasted time here. Yeah. And so, what are you guys up to on this fine Friday evening?
Let's go see if there's any other way into the village.
Didn't like that setup at all. No access to to video games, then no handhelds or anything, no phone. Oh yeah, true, yeah, Blizzard. You guys have any phones? Classic. Yeah, I can imagine. Once you get to a certain time, it's kind of hard to actually get better. I look fondly back to the times where I still was finding skip after skip every day, so I could just easily say like, okay, I'm gonna sit on this IL for like 5 minutes and have like, yeah, 30 seconds better times, but those good times are gone now, basically, unless, I mean, 100% there's still stuff left, but I doubt I'm gonna be able to find anything more, to be honest. Because, I mean, basically everything I found was already heads against the wall, so if I still couldn't find anything with heads against the wall, then I don't know what else to do. I mean, true, if we're ever really bored, we can do what other games also do, which is like all time attacks or all colosseums or something like this. So that would in theory be something that people could still do, and especially, yeah, especially stuff like all time attacks and all colosseums, you could, I'm not saying you could easily do it, but you can definitely do it with the recording functionality of the PS4 and PS5. So yeah, if we ever have nothing better to do, we can also add that to the leaderboards, I guess, and it would make the game more friendly to players. Also, I hate that I got it second try, the thing that is, second try the backdash. Commander, I'm actually not sure. There was one that I tried around, I think it was 2-2 or 2-3, and even with my best run I couldn't even beat your time, so... But to be fair, I think there's a skip as well there, which saves like 2 seconds in theory if you do it optimally with the first gate, but I have not been able to actually do an optimal version of it in a very long time. I tried for like, I think 2 hours and then I just gave up. There we go, that's much better. Maybe also here it's better to smash, because then you actually get the crystal as well. So I'm not 100% sure if you actually want to use missiles there. Technically speaking, oh no, you actually run through here perfectly fine. So I would have said otherwise, if you have to wait for a cycle here, you could also use energy to just run through it. So maybe here it's just better to the thing once and then hope. Now the question is, yeah, I don't want to use energy here. This should be pretty easy. Yeah, but I want to use energy in the next one. Now the question is, yeah, is it? No, it's not too far. Okay, that's good. smartness would I maybe... I was thinking maybe if I'm... Actually, maybe you need that enemy to get full energy here. Then again, would you even... I think at that point you would one-shot them, so I'm not actually sure if it's even worth it to use energy there. Maybe, maybe not. A cutscene here at the end? No, there is not. Okay. Question is, do I want to upload it now? Probably not, because... I know you can favorite it. Okay, I can just name it and then I'll find it later again. So this one was 3-1. So... yeah, so... after you record an IL, how do you verify the time? It's pretty simple. Just time it. But yeah, I don't use... I know there's some people who use like frame counters. There's someone... Commander, aren't you using frame counters? I remember someone's using frame counters. For full game runs, so usually what I do is just, I just use my, I mean, I record on a capture card, obviously, but yeah, I just use my spacebar or something on my keyboard, or I have my laptop right next to me, so either I use like spacebar, or if I'm like on the TV, which only happened like once when I did the co-op speedrun, I would just not care about splits, maybe add them later on, but yeah, that's basically just spacebar. And for beginning and for end, both of them, you have like 2 seconds. I mean, for beginning, obviously, it doesn't matter. You can just press it whenever you want. But for the end, you also have, I think, like 2 seconds you have to wait anyways. So in that regard, you'll never be late for timing. At least the end. And yeah, if I get like a split wrong, maybe I misremember when a chapter started. That happened to me a couple times. I just take the splits IO, what's the extension called? I don't know, but anyways, the live split file, and I just change it manually when I look at the video later on. Notes. Oh yeah, and the splits in the video, I just have an overlay like I do now. So yeah, it took me roughly, I don't know, like 17-18 minutes for 3-1, which is actually quite decent time, but yeah, probably should have just normally attacked the last 2 enemies. That probably would have saved like a minimal amount of time. Usually I would time the run after, but to be honest, like there's no need to time it, because I basically know I fucked up my old 3-1 so much that this is 100% better. I'll just upload it later and then time it later. And yeah, timing I either do on the PS4 directly when I'm not sure, or I just time it after I upload it to YouTube. Yeah, the thing with Smash is also, I mean, it is slower definitely, but with optimal jumping it doesn't actually lose that much time. Obviously you have to optimally jump. I agree to one shot. I think maybe if you have to attack them twice, I think it's still worth to use energy, because unless you perfectly jump to reset your attack, I think you also lose time when you do your third attack. Yeah, I could also do that with the boomerang guy, that's true. To use, you call it God mode, I just call it Sunstone Invincibility. Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, that is true if I wanted to go for optimal Sunstone, but yeah, I don't think for this it matters, because you have to Maybe you don't have to kill extra enemies, but I mean, there would be one extra enemy that you one-shot anyway. Yeah, true. Tornado you could also use, actually. Probably if I used Tornado at the end, it wouldn't have actually lost any time. But yeah, that's basically 3-1, so unless I want to go for like the 0.2 seconds I lost at the end, I think I'm done with that one. Let me just see what else I can do right now. That would also be fun to watch. I mean, 10-1 is fun to watch, but it's absolutely miserable to play. 11-5 I've already done, 11-4... Let's see, so I still have to do 1-1, which I think would be miserable, and it's probably only a 1 or 2 second time save. Let me check actually who has the... I think it's Red who has the record for 1-1. Oh, actually, I have it, but yeah, I have it by 1 second. I'll let Red do that one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, attack twice, jump once. Yeah. Questions. I think they were quite. Yeah, I don't remember. Maybe they weren't close together. Maybe. I mean, you could also just, since I had full meter, you could attack once, jump, and then hop again to cancel the attack move and attack jump again. So. Yeah, 2-3 is the one I tried to do, and I couldn't actually. I think I got like 3 minutes 2 seconds or something on that run. I decided not to upload it because, I mean, it's 4 seconds faster, but whatever. Ah, you have a 2-4. You also have the 2-4 record, actually. Go for 3-2, but it's extremely long. I don't want to do 3-2. 3-3, did I already do that? No, I did not. 3-3, but I think 3-3 is also... That's the problem, I think all the early levels are miserable. So, doing any of them, I don't really feel like, but I have to do them at some point. Also, I think, I mean, there's 4-4, but I don't think there's basically... Actually... Yeah, 1-1 would basically, like, the only thing I could imagine saving time on 1-1 is by... Actually, can I share my browser without doxing myself in it? I mean, I already doxed myself. Let's see. Then at least you get to look at something. Apparently, my browser doesn't. Yeah. I think generally speaking, the later ones are a bit outside of maybe like 12-3. I think the later ones are actually. Where is it? Wait, which one is it? I mean, to be fair, both are miserable. So, if you're at least going for relay, I could do 13-3 because I actually know what to do there. I just have to do it optimally. But yeah, 13-3 has a lot of bullshit in it. Like 4-4, the only way you can actually still improve it is by doing extended skip at the beginning, and that is like one of the... It's probably the worst skip in the entire game, in my opinion. Let's see. There's a browser option nowadays. I still remember last time I had OBS open, it didn't even have a browser option. Or didn't have one yet, rather. Oh, so that opens a specific link. Can't imagine, yeah. I mean, I'm still sitting on that guide, which I'm far too lazy. Shouldn't be that lazy. But I've been sick. But I'm currently working on the boss guide, which in theory I've done all the recording for, but I've gotten sick and I still have to record like 1 or 2 things. But other than that, it's finished. I have my voice back, so in theory, I don't want to say I finish it by Sunday because I always do that and I never do. At some point, it's gonna release. Hopefully before my death. Hopefully no one has to release it post-mortem. Otherwise, yeah, if you have any questions, you can always ask. Worst case, I'll just record a quick video or something. Or we hop into Discord or something. Yeah, whatever, I'll just do 13.3 or whatever. Fuck it. Yeah, the problem with 13.3 is a bit... I don't want to say it's enemy RNG, it's kind of... But also it's like... 3 skips that are not the easiest. Maybe... I'll actually get it this time. Last time I did it, I think I had problems with the second skip. I mean, there's also... Let's start this time. I think there's no cutscene at the beginning of this, actually. Oh, there is, okay. So the problem is also depending on what... So you could go an alternative route at the beginning where you destroy the 2... like the rock at the beginning. But in order to do that, you have to hope that the enemy throws the correct attack at you, but I don't think I've gotten lucky at least then. I mean, those enemies that have multiple attacks, they're pretty weird anyways between ILs and full game. I think in full game, they basically always throw the one that triggers, what'd you say? That triggers slow-mo. But here they always throw the thing where very small parts. And I think the last time I did this, I also... I think I used energy for them. And this jump is also... It's not precise, but you have to jump in a certain direction to not get hit by this thingy. By the spinning blade. Oh yeah, also fun fact, basically all of my runs outside of 2-1 I do without sound. Because, well, when I use my capture card, I don't have a capture card that supports audio output, so I literally cannot hear. And if I put my headphones into my controller, then you can't hear anything anymore. So I actually basically always speedrun without any sound. This one can be a bit miserable because sometimes it just decides that you do not deserve to actually get clipped up. Here it's also a bit RNG regarding the enemies. And here it's a bit weird if you're too fast. For example, I could walk off this ledge and just die, and even though I get into the cutscene, I would just be transported to the beginning of the level, which is like really annoying. Happened to me in my last full game run, actually. I got so fast into that cutscene that it... Or not that fast, but basically what you do is you usually just... Well, you dash attack into it. But that way, there's a good chance you actually fall off. And if you fall off too fast, then yeah, it triggers the cutscene and it just transports you at the beginning of the level. So yeah, best to just walk there. Also, I just got stuck at something there for some reason, or it only registered one jump. Okay, let's see if I can do this time first try. To be honest, I have not done this skip in a long time, so I don't even know if I know the setup for it. 1, 2, and I think you just goes. Oh, no, you don't. Okay, I'm stuck there. Okay. Then I guess you have to do 3 backdashes. That was actually a pretty good try. It's always nice not to get fucked over by enemy RNG, especially in this one. By the way, could you tell me what your favorite and least favorite level in Knack 1 is? Do you know? Also, I think dash attacking on top of here, I'm not actually sure if it's necessary or not. If it's not necessary, maybe it's better to just walk a tiny bit more and then double jump. Same here with this one. I always feel like I have to dash because the last jump is a bit weird, but can do it without. Yeah, I think yeah, 2 back dashes is the way to go there, and then just try to somehow get back into it. I mean, the names I also don't know, I just know the codes. Well, even, yeah. How would you know the names? I kind of always roughly know if you give me a code what happens in there. So like, yeah, 9211, that's what I mean. Yeah, what you can also do here at the beginning is you double jump and then you use missiles, and for whatever reason it actually like pushes you upward, so you actually get on top of the ledge. Because yeah, with double jump he also nearly didn't clip me up, which yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but to be honest, like, this is only something that really happens in IL. If I was in full game, I would not actually try to get clipped up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a timer here, actually. That it takes a bit of time until it actually ports you into the cutscene. I think that's the reason you can actually fall off even though you hit the zone already. Okay, I need to dash here. Angled elevator. I think I know what you mean. Do you mean the one where you have to get down the elevator and we skip that elevator in order to still maintain size? Or wait, well, either you're talking about 5-2 or you're talking about 9-3. I'm pretty sure those are the two. Well, the first one is actually an elevator. The second you could kind of call an elevator. Actually, is that an elevator or are you just jumping down? I don't remember, but it should be one of those two. Yeah, I can understand. That can be very finicky. Also, do I? Okay, nice. It's good. Yeah, here, for example, it just pushed me down for no reason. Yeah, actually, my least favorite chapter is 10-1. Actually, it's how the elevator is going up. Skip an elevator. The problem is there's so many levels I have not played like legitimately in years, so it's hard for me. If you tell me something that we skip, it's elevator that goes up and we skip. Maybe you know roughly the chapter, so chapter 8, chapter 9, 10, etc. Then I might be able, because from the top of my head I could not tell you about an elevator. But yeah, my least favorite is 10-1, simply because I have probably lost the most good late runs on that one. That would be Mylock, or just had one, but I forgot which one it was. But yeah, probably 10-1 is the worst one in my opinion. Yeah, because the first, I mean, there's two big skips in 10-1. I don't like the second one, but the second one at least is if you fail it, it's a pretty fail-safe skip in that regard that it's very hard to die on it. Unless you're actually trying to die. I think it's... I'm not saying it's impossible to not die there, but it's really hard to die there if you know what you're doing. Even if you don't get the skip. But the first one is actually, I feel like at this point it's required to do it, but you're kind of at the mercy of... okay, I think I should maybe triple backdash on there. But yeah, 10-1 sucks. Oh yeah, 5-3. 5-3 sucks simply because I feel like if I actually try hard that chapter would be required to have skips in it. But we still haven't figured out what causes the game to softlock. So when I used to grind for the current world record, I actually started out with 5-3 in it, with all the skips. Because the skips are easy. There's like one semi-hard skip, and like worst case you just don't do that one. It's fully optional, even though it saves a bit of time. But like losing runs because of soft locks feels so bad. So I just decided to completely take it out of my runs. But yeah, if one actually tryhards this at some point, they would have to basically lose runs to softlocks. I talked about 5 different types of dashes. To be honest, I'm not really sure what you mean. So maybe you remember something else from that conversation? Or maybe Commander knows about it. I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, my favorite chapter is probably, even though I don't like to speedrun it, or I do like to speedrun it, but I've also lost countless runs to that chapter, is 7-1, simply because of the big skip that we found. I do it this way. I'll just figure out what to do here first. Yeah, it just it was relatively big back then in theory, also for, even though you can also soft lock on it, which is kind of fun. So this is probably, I've soft locked more on this than 5.3 probably. The issue back then was we had a skip for it that saved quite a lot of time. Basically, there are two kinds of ways that we get out of bounds in this game. There's the backdashing thing, which you obviously see, but there's also something that I think we just simply called clipping, and I can send a clip. I can send a video of that in a moment as well. Basically, if you can somehow wedge Knack into basically something that is near a wall and the space between is small enough, there's a chance to get pushed out. We found three different, so far I think, 3 different places where you can get pushed out of bounds, with only one of them actually being useful, and that useful one used to be 7-1. So what we would do is, I mean, in ILs, it's basically just you go there, you try to get pushed out for 5 seconds, and you just reset. That was how we did 7-1 back then. But yeah, in full game runs, that was basically also what we did. Like, I just told myself, okay, I'll try this for like 5 seconds. If I get it, perfect. If I do not get it, then I just wasted 5 seconds, basically. That was how we used to do 7-1. Then I found the... So I did not find the skip initially. I found another skip, which basically kind of takes like the second half of the route of the clipping skip. So I already knew that existed, and it still saved time. It did not save as much time as the clipping one did, but it was very consistent. Like, I could do it, I don't want to say 100% of the time, but I could probably do it 90% of the time. But yeah, then we found the big one, and that was very massive also. Yeah, my controller didn't want me to jump. Is going downhill or downstairs? Is there a faster movement than running? Don't think so, actually. Could you do some shenanigans with dashing? I'm not sure you could, to be honest. But yeah. Let's quickly respond to text message. But yeah, I can. So yeah, that's. You see that there should be an old 7-1 record with the clipping skip in. Oh, there's only 2. Wait, let me see. Obsolete runs because. There's one from me. 236 should be with the clipping. Actually, it's with the old skip, so we actually never even had an IL with... I can't imagine we never had a run without the clipping skip, to be honest. But yeah, it was bad. It was really bad to use in full game runs. I can show after I'm done with 13.3. I can just show it, or at least show the position. I'm probably not going to be able to actually do it, but miserable times. And luckily we never found anything. We never found anything similar to that, because there was just no point in actually trying, because yeah, you don't want to be the guy who like just goes in between stuff and then wiggles their controller stick around for like 4 hours. That's not fun, and even if you find something, it's like, okay, great, now I get to grind this IL for 4 or 5 hours, because this is the fastest way to do it. Even though we still don't know how to do it, and we were never able to really find a consistent way of doing it. The only really consistent one to begin with was 7-1 anyways, so yeah, it was just never a reason to do it. Also, I'm not actually sure if I ever tried to find a way to maybe backdash to the left of where you start. Oh yeah, I think I tried, but the problem is you have like a couple seconds maximum before the enemy comes, maybe? I don't know, I would have to check. But yeah. Oh, 4-4, yeah. Actually, you're struggling with 4-4? If so, I can quickly show you how to do it, because actually, in my opinion, it's one of the easiest. Maybe, I don't know, you're playing on a PS4, right, Commander? I mean, I also did it on a PS5, but I don't know. I play... Again, it shouldn't make a difference, but I play on the first generation PS4. Oh yeah, I wanted to do 3 dashes, not 2 dashes. Yeah, 4-4 has the hardest starting skip in the game, in my opinion, which is why no one does it. I'm not even sure, I think my IL actually uses the extended skip, but yeah, the problem is you basically do it blind, and it's very precise. So IL, I tried to find a better setup for it, and I think I gave up after like 1.5 hours, because after 1.5 hours I could not even do the first, well, the actual hard part of it. I could not do the hard part for it after 1.5 hours. I did not get it once, so I gave up on that. So maybe that's something I'll revisit in the future again if I'm like extremely bored and there's literally nothing else to do. But yeah, that is a big one. And generally speaking, also, yeah, there's a couple of chapters where I'm sure there's a skip somewhere. And I'm pretty sure I also know where it kind of is, but it's so hard that there's just no point in trying it. For example, I remember in 8-4, at some point you have a cutscene where you go down an elevator, and I was actually able to go up quite high on that wall. I think it's actually in my last Out of Bounds compilation as well, but that thing is like so hard that even if you were to be able to get out of bounds, it's like... I mean, in full game you would never use it. And even in IL, it's like... Okay. I mean, it depends how much it saves, of course, since you can just infinitely reset. If we ever find one there, it's gonna be miserable. Here we go. Oh yeah, and also there my camera changed, so that's obviously... Oh yeah, I should have probably used Tornado there, I'm not sure. Yeah, better. There we go. Good. So let's save this really quickly. Okay, you said 4-4. Wait, I'll quickly show you where it would be in 7-1. So it took me roughly 22 minutes, actually more than I would have hoped for. So decent, I guess. Now I just have to hope that it's actually faster. It should be faster. Yeah, I would say also, generally speaking, Chapter 9 in its entirety is not fun. So Chapter 7 and Chapter 9 is just generally unfun. I don't necessarily think it's as bad as the other ones I said, but it's definitely not fun. I remember, I think Chapter 9 back in the day was... No, it wasn't Chapter 9, Chapter 7 used to be the basic chapter where I would just turn my brain off for the entirety, because it was just so mundane, so boring. So yeah, basically this crystal here. you would wedge yourself in here and you would just turn your control stick, maybe I'm able to do it, and then you would maybe, as you can see, I just got pushed up, and if you're lucky, you get pushed out. And yeah, that used to be the start of the actual skip. I can try another like 10 seconds if I get it, but that used to be what we would do for 7-1 if we wanted to get ILs. And yeah, I think I just said at some point, I'm not gonna do it unless someone else basically gets a run with the skip, and then I'll try. But luckily no one ever did, so I never had to do it, apparently. I thought I had one, but according to the leaderboards I didn't. So that is the one clipping skip we used to have. And now 4-4. Come on, I always also, when I do IL stuff like this, I also always go to the ones that I think are, not sure if I would say that are better, or but at least less miserable. So yeah, like the really bad ones, which are usually just a couple seconds time save, I do last. Or you basically need perfect execution, so... My hope back then was that you could somehow... So, I mean, there is a way to get out of bounds, like here in this area. And my hope was always to somehow get to here. Because if you can get to here, I think, like, I mean, over this part, you could skip maybe a bit more, but sadly, never found a way to do it. Maybe if you could have gotten on top of the structure on the left there, but it's never able to do it, sadly. There maybe is a way, but I don't think that actually works. It's quite hard, so I've tried a little bit to go for it, but never really got anything out of it, so I stopped. Also, what annoys me is that you can't use, at least missiles you can't use against those shield guys. That always annoyed me. Okay, so, important maybe, I don't know if that's maybe something you didn't do, Commander, is you need to get all the relic boxes on the way to here, basically. Because I think if you're missing one, it's hard, but still doable. If you miss two, it's, I think, impossible, if I remember correctly. So yeah, you have to get all of these boxes, and then you just line up to it, you dash, and it's like really easy, you see? You have a lot of time to actually react to it. So, if I do this, yeah, even if I like don't do it immediately, and basically what you can do is you can just backdash onto it and just spam your jump, like as you can see here. Like you get it 100% of the time. So that part is easy, and then you just back that, and then you just dash and attack, and then you're basically out of bounds. There you go. Is that the part you find hard, or do you think going up there is the hard part? Because yeah, if it's the first thing that's hard, then very likely you don't have the relics to do it. If I had to guess. I mean, the rest is pretty... I think you can literally just walk. So you just double jump dash attack, and I think now you can literally walk up. Just straight. Yeah. So the second part is really easy. Can you get out of bounds here? Not that it would matter, but... always nice to find stuff, I guess. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, very likely it's relics. Does this softlock the game? Looks like that might actually softlock the game. I mean, yeah, to be fair, you would never trigger this cutscene to begin with, but yeah. Good to know. Okay. Probably here also. Yeah, I mean, it's 4-4 is definitely easy if you have enough relics, because there's nothing to it. It's just a simple backdash. Did I do 6-3? Don't think I did, let's see. Yeah, exactly, just your left stick. You just use your left stick, you wiggle around and hope for the best. At least that's how we used to do it. There's probably an easier way to it, but no one ever tried to figure anything out. Let's see, what's the current time for 6-3? Current time is 1:14. Let me check if that actually has the skip in it or not. Oh, Commander, you have the record, so I... Is that something? Do then. You're using the clip here. Actually, in 6-3 there's also a... I'm not sure if I would call it a clip. I think it would be also... There's also a clip in 6-3 that I saw some guy once doing, but it's not really worth it. You basically wedge yourself between the gate and I think some part of the structure outside of the gate, and then you get hit by an enemy, and that might push you through. I think I also got it like once, but it's also RNG dependent, so... And at that point I think you would have energy for a smash anyway, so you just go and smash. Or you spin, but the thing is with spinning, I'm not actually sure if you spin if you can attach yourself to the wall. Well, let's see. But yeah, your run looked very clean. Well, let's hope I can get a good time here as well. Hopefully soon. It's been a while since I've done this skip, but yeah. So also you did the crystal destruction at the beginning quite well. But it's not quite interesting that you went directly to the right one. Oh. Yeah, that's also something where I would love to only jump once, but obviously if the enemy instantly attacks, no way. So all of these, I guess, are one-shot? Yeah, right. Yeah, all of them are one-shot, okay. Yeah, I can show the skip. So there is in theory another skip right here, but it's definitely not worth it. So you can go like this and like this, I think, if I remember. Yeah, exactly, and then you're out of bounds here. But there's actually no use to it because you have to go back inbounds, which is a bit harder. But yeah, basically for the skip, actually, it might be worth it if the gate here does not close. But it does close, so it doesn't matter. Now let's see if I can still do it here with the enemies. You go on here, you go on here, you go on here, and I need another dash here. So 1, 2, or maybe you can... yeah, that is the skip basically. Let me see, can you only do it with 2 dashes? So dash 1 or 3. No, you need 4, okay. Or can you maybe dash from here directly? Here, I don't think you can. That would make the positioning a bit easier. Okay. Yeah, I thought of that too. Probably it's just so you have less walking time, I guess you could call it. Or better, shorter route. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this one is also quite easy once you kinda know how to angle your backdashes, which, to be fair, is like the hardest part. Nice. Really nice that I still got the 2 at the end together. Now the question is, will I have enough sunstone energy? Probably not. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. They actually have to backdash on the last one. Because I just saw I got up there without backdashing, so it's there. Yeah, I might have to destroy 2 crystals in order to have energy up there. If I don't kill any of these enemies. So 1, 2, 3. Go here. Oh! Oh, I mean, that makes it a bit easier. Let me see. You don't get any more energy here, right? So you need to get enough energy here. Also, you should have... That is also very unfortunate that you can actually do that here. I mean, I could also do this. Questions if it's worth it. Readjust the... I removed the OG weed. Yo, what up? I cannot remove the emojis on the OBS chat, that's really annoying. Maybe I can extend the chat? Ah, yeah, I think that way it's basically impossible for the emoji. Already must. On that 7-1 clip, do you think getting... It might be that it's easier with the relic box. The issue is the game has like a fail-safe that if whatever you're wedging against is destructible, it's gonna destroy it. So there's also the case where you wedge into it and it's just gonna destroy the crystal. That is also a possibility, sadly. So yeah, I thought I wouldn't be able to actually record that. If you're talking about the counter in the top right, so let's see, this way, it's life split that I have overlaid. So I could move it if I wanted to. I just have that in place so I know kind of how long it takes me to do ILs in total. I don't actually time the specific IL with that. It's a nice thing to see how much time I wasted on runs. I'm playing on PS4. I tried playing on PS5, but I'm just not as comfortable with it, I guess you could say. Yeah, when I destroyed both crystals, it's kind of a lot, so not sure if that's worth it. I have the clip somewhere, let me see. I think it's in my first out of bounds. No, not out of bounds, first skip compilation, so skip compilation. Because I am not the person that found that, so in theory, everything that I did not find should be in the first one as well. It's 2. No, it's actually not. Then it must be in the second skip compilation. It should be in one of them. Okay, it's also not in the second one. Then I have no clue. I think it's because when I started doing the compilations, we already found the other version. Calculators in Minecraft. I heard about this kind of stuff. It's quite interesting what people are able to do nowadays. Or, I mean, has been do that for quite a long time. But yeah, generally it's quite interesting what people can do in Minecraft. Let me see. I think maybe if you find Knack skip 7.1 you could, because I think the guy who yeah, I remember when I first joined this game, there was a guy who also did skips. There was a guy who didn't have anything to do with the community, he just looked for bugs and skips in Knack as part of other games. Here, found the guy, Pupil. But apparently when people were still active, he just never told anyone how to do the skips. So there were a couple of skips that we knew about, but I or someone else had to figure out how to actually do it. Let's see. Here, I found the video. I'll link it in chat. Ich bin Deutscher, ja. Unglaublicherweise. I don't know, in OBS it does not show me a link, but let me see. It shows as a link here. Nope, it doesn't. Then let me try to link it. I'll just link it in Discord. Okay, we are all in Discord anyways. I'm just gonna link it in there you go. So this is the guy who did not want to tell anyone how to do skips, basically. But he knew them. But we figured everything else out as far as I'm aware. I don't think there's anything anymore that's not figured out. The hardest part back then is he knew how to do 90-degree, or generally speaking, turning after backdashing. And back then we didn't have a safe setup for it, but now the setup is very it's basically perfect setup for turning during backdashing. So that was back then the hardest, and I think it's still the hardest to actually turn after backdashing, especially with some of the distances you have to cross. But luckily there's not too many really complicated skips that required. Or at least when they required, they're quite easy. Nice. Oh no, I forgot how to do this thing. So 1, 2, 3, and then just no, I think I have to hit this one already, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, you can get clipped over if you're lucky. How you're streaming via OBS on PS4? Ah, I have. Let me see, can I show this without having to unplug everything? Nope, I cannot show it, but short answer is I have a capture card. A very cheap one. So it's a very cheap one because I literally do not even have sound. So yeah, you can enjoy sound, I can't. But I also don't need sound unless it's chapter 1-2. Chapter 1-2 is basically the only one where, for ILs at least, I need sound. The rest I can do without. Of course, if I do full game runs, I still want to do sound because there's a couple of skips that actually benefit, let's call it like that, from having sound, but they're not necessary for something like ILs. I think I actually paid like 50 for that capture card. I can look it up in a sec to tell you. For a second I thought I would actually fall off again. Is there a cutscene after? Nope, okay. So this took me like 8 minutes, roughly, I think. That's a video. Okay, already quite good. Still have like an hour left and already did 3 ALs, so let me see. So what is my capture card? My capture card is in... Okay, it literally just says HD video on it, so I can check that after the stream. Amazon. But it's a cheap one and it's a good one, again, if you don't care about sound. If you care about sound, you should get one that has audio output. But mine only has a microphone input, not sure why. When did I start playing? I mean, we can check speedrun.com probably. It shouldn't be too... I mean, I can actually check when Back to No One posted on the forums. Let's see, where is it? Where's created? Here. Revival, so roughly 5 years ago. Did I actually? No, I did not reply to that. Yeah, I think I just messaged him on Discord back then. So yeah, five years ago. Unbelievable, I've already been playing this game for 5 years. So... Also, I have no clue why. I can try that. It's been basically impossible for me to do 7-4 skip. I have no clue why, but I basically have like a... I think I tried to do the 7-4 IL run like 2 weeks ago or something, and I think I tried it for like 2 hours. I did not get that skip once, so I have no clue what happened. Why I suddenly got so bad at it. But to be fair, it's also not a fun skip. So there's basically 2 skips that you will see. You will see the IL version and you will see the full game version. The full game version is pretty free. You just go here for a bit, and then at some point you just have to go up a building, and that's it. And yeah, this one is the IL version, which is, as far as I'm aware, impossible on PS5. I was not able to actually do the PS5. This is one of the 3 skips I was not able to do on PS5. The rest of the skips I was able to. So but yeah, there's basically only one skip that is detrimental for not being able to run on PS5, and that is the 13.4 skip. As far as I'm aware, 13.4 you cannot do on PS5, and that is the big one. Yeah, Diamond Knack, because I basically started playing this game to just get the Platinum Trophy. It took me like, yeah, I think I played the game for like a week. But to be fair, I played more Knack than is necessary for anyone to play at any point in their life. So that was, yeah. I basically also, I think after my first playthrough, I started, so what I usually did back then when I still grinded for Platinum Trophies is because most of them have like this, oh, play the game in hard mode, blah, blah. What I do is I play it once normally, and then I look up like speedruns and speedrunning strats, because sometimes, yeah, it's literally like the skips are easy to do for anyone, and then I have to play like the super hard difficulty like for half the time only. So that's what I did with Knack as well. I looked up the speedrunning community, looked if there was something, and then I actually really enjoyed playing the game, at least in the way that you do in speedrunning. That's also one of the reasons why I started it. It's one of the reasons I started it. Yeah, you know, if you transition from playing World of Warcraft all day into playing PlayStation all day, then stuff like this is doable. I think, to be fair, to get Diamond Knack, I think it only takes you like, if you do it like with the chest reset, I'm not sure if I would call it a glitch, because in theory it's intended behavior, but basically if you reset chests, it takes you, I think, 2.5 playthroughs to get Diamond Knack, if you do it optimally. So basically after three playthroughs, you have Diamond Knack. Yeah. So you just reset your chests, which basically means, I mean, now it's too late anyways to tell you. I'll just tell you anyways. What you can do is, if you only need a certain components, you open a chest, and if it does not have what you need, you just quit out of the game without taking anything, and then you just go back to the game and open the chest again, and you just do that until you get what you want. And yes, sometimes it's very annoying, because yeah, sometimes you have to reset a chest like 5 times, but it's still better than having to play the game 9 times. So yeah, we have that's a good thing about, you know, German efficiency, I guess you could call it. We actually have a very active German PlayStation trophy hunting forum. So basically all you could ever want as someone who wants to just get the platinum trophies without not enjoying anything out of the game, like, that forum is a godsend. So yeah, somehow you have to get on top of this building, but I just have not been able to do that in ages. You can also backdash on top of it, like here, but even then it's quite hard. So usually what you would do is you would get on top of this building. Let's see if I can maybe do that. Yeah, so as you can see, you get also clipped out, which is very annoying. And then, yeah, you have the bridge behind you. As you can see, I'm trying my hardest to stay out of bounds, but it doesn't. Yeah, so I actually have to say I never cheated in, or I wouldn't even call it cheating. It was basically like, so I never did something really unintended to get platinum trophies outside of Little Big Planet 3, because that game was bullshit. So in Little Big Planet 3, if you had the first version of the game, which I had the disc version, so I could just reset to the disc version of the game, you could go into creator mode, and yeah, you could literally do the same there. You could go into creator mode, into developer mode, and you could just like flip the switch for the trophies. Because back in the day, I think it's still the same, which I think is absolute bullshit, is for online multiplayer on PlayStation, everyone needs to have PlayStation Plus. And there was a trophy where you had to finish all 4-player levels. And I think you also had to ace them, so you beat them without anyone dying. And I could have done that with... Oh no, I think the acing they took out for Little Big Planet 3. They had it for Little Big Planet 1, Little Big Planet 2. But the trophy for not dying, I don't think they had that in 3. So yeah, I got that. That was the only trophy I ever like cheated, so to speak. Because it's like, you're not gonna force me to get 4 different people to go, because I had like 2 controllers. I could have done it with 2 people, but I didn't want to pay twice for PlayStation Plus. Yeah, also stuff like forced online for trophies, I think is also bullshit. I think they should just remove that. Once a service goes offline or something, they should just remove trophies for that as well. How fun was it when you were finding skips every day? It was the best time. It was so fun. Back when ramming your head against the wall still did something. Those were the good times. I agree. So, yeah. In theory, if any of you are curious, 100% that is still possible for Knack 2. So if you're interested in trying to find stuff yourself, you can go over to Knack 2 and find a lot of stuff. Because I basically only skip hunted the game once, and back then I think we knew about the trick that you can extend your high jump, but I did not know how to do that. So now, very likely, if you go and actually strat hunt Knack 2, you could very likely find a lot. Yeah, like hacking account is also... It's just boring, to be honest. Because, I mean, it's probably very easy to... For someone in the community, it's very easy to figure that out, so... Yeah, I mean, the problem with Knack 2, honestly, is you cannot do the speedrun slash the fun stuff, basically. You cannot do the fun stuff until you have all the different Knack versions, which means, very likely, you have to play the game at least once casually, which is not fun, in my opinion. I think actually playing Knack 1 casually is more fun than Knack 2, because it's just shorter. So, yeah. As I said before, basically, if I wouldn't have speedrun Knack 2, I would have quit in Chapter 1. What do I think of Knack's storyline? My answer to that question would be, I don't know the story. That easy. I have no clue what's happening. I skipped everything. Even back in the day, I didn't care. So, yeah. I couldn't tell you what is the story of Knack 1. I mean, I kinda can tell you, but not really. I cannot tell you the story of Knack 1, I cannot tell you the story of Knack 2. But yeah, at least it kinda makes it feel like it's the same as Knack. 1. If it actually is, I don't know. Oh, but what I also actually just now remembered is when I did the Platinum Trophy for Knack 1, there still actually existed the mobile game for Knack. Did any of you play that? Because you could actually, if you played the mobile game, you could unlock... I'm not sure if you could unlock crystals, but you could at the very least unlock gadgets. So, oh, actually, so now I got the skip, finally. So yeah, you're on this bridge now, and either you get clipped right here. Oh, actually, I did not even know you could clip through that. That's good to know. Otherwise, I would have just walked back into the cutscene. But yeah. Let me just see. So, very likely I would not have energy for this part, which kinda sucks. Because yeah, destroying the airplane is real bad. Ah, so you could unlock crystals, yeah. I mean, if I remember correctly, it was just a bejeweled clone, right? Okay, so now I actually know how to do it. I think the best way to do it is jumping between the buildings, because that way the game probably wedges you between the two buildings instead of out, hopefully. We'll see about that. So even if I get the skip, I do not have enough energy for when I would need it, which kind of sucks a bit. Wait, just out of curiosity, is there some energy here that I can take? No, so I would always have to destroy these two airplanes then. But after I do that, I would have enough energy for the next airplane, so I'm actually not certain if that skip actually saves time in IL. Yeah, very hard mode was not fun, but I'm not sure, I have to look it up again. It was either Knack 1 or Knack 2, I think it was Knack 2, where you could just play the first and the last level on very hard. No, I actually think you could do the same on Knack 1. I think you could start a new game on very hard, do the first chapter, then set to easy, do everything but the last chapter, and then last chapter you set to very hard again, and I think that gave you the trophy as well. It was definitely one of the two games. Yeah, it probably doesn't save any time, I'll just still do it because I have nothing better to do. Or at least I'm gonna try for a bit. Ah, okay. Then that was Knack 2. I think it was Knack 2 then, if the commander says you can't switch it. I mean, you could still do the thing with the chapters, the chapter select. But yeah, it was one of the two games, you could do it. I did it. But I might have done... No, I actually have a very hard file. So I must have done it. I mean, I could check in a sec. Yeah, I have a very hard file. But I think what I did was, couldn't you change the difficulty at the end of every playthrough? So what you do is you do the first playthrough, collect all of the gadgets, and then with all of the gadgets you just play on very hard after. I think maybe... let me see if I did that. Load game. Easy. Easy. Very hard. Yeah, so you can see I have crystal relics collected, so... But I only have one playthrough though. So maybe I collected during... Yeah, maybe then I collected the gadgets during hard mode. Yeah, so probably, yeah. What you could also do is you could just reset chests for the gadgets you want. I mean, realistically speaking, there's only 3 you want anyways. There's the one that you get 1 more energy bar, the one where you get energy from defeating enemies, and... I mean, if you wanted to, you could also get the one where you get relics out of sunstone crystals if you're low HP. But I think there's so many checkpoints here that that's not necessary, probably. Hey Star, I'll accept your friend request after stream so I don't dox myself, but I'll gladly accept you. So this setup here is quite hard if you want to get the extra crystals. So back in the day when I still used this for full game runs, I basically never would go for this crystal. But back in the day the skip was actually much harder. I can also quickly show you the old version of how we did that. So this setup I found at some point because obviously the issue is that you need to basically jump right as you get pushed out to get the necessary height, otherwise you will not make it through the invisible wall. So we had a different setup, and that probably was where I lost most of my runs back in the day with the old skips. Just because it was so... It saved so much time back in the day because we didn't have any of the setup. So any of the skips, that was like the only one you could go for. It's not like now where we have like 4 different setups you could go for. Okay, yeah, stop. Have a good evening, night, morning, whatever time it is where you are, and enjoy. So yeah, we used to have... So the first part would be the same. We would get on top of here. If I mean, this is all like long ago. You would get on here. But instead of going here to the right, you would go actually straight, and then I think here... Was that actually it? Maybe it wasn't. Ah, no, I think you go on top... Yeah, you go on top of here, and then you go where I went now. I mean, where I go with the other setup. So basically the only thing that has changed is the jump in the middle. We did not do that. Which is really nice because with the old setup there was actually a chance you'd die. Ah, Belgium. I don't speak French or Dutch, so I don't know what Belgians say, but yeah, anyways. Have a good one. Actually, I kind of doubt that was actually what we used to do, because I remember there being water somewhere, but there's no really water anywhere here. So maybe I misremember. I know we had a setup, and I remember it was pretty shitty. That's what I remember. Yeah, I'll probably also stream for another, like, 20 minutes, and then I also have to go. It's definitely a different experience, and I was also thinking, probably not Knack, but in regards to actually speedrunning more, I was thinking about registering myself for events. Not the big ones, because at least I'm pretty sure GDQ wouldn't take me, because I used to be banned from their channel. I'm pretty sure they can see that, but they're probably gonna just say no. But I saw that there's like a ton of smaller events, so maybe. Yeah, if I go, then I won't do Knack, at least not for now. Maybe when I'm a bit more comfortable with playing it, but I doubt it. Yeah. I mean, actually, I mean, I wouldn't call that being at an event, but I used to be like on the, what would you call that? Basically, I was on kind of a waiting list, I guess you could call it. So basically, they came into the Discord of another game I speedran. Or not speedrun, I routed a tiny bit of it and then decided the game is not fun, so I didn't play it. They have like a special event for ocean preservation, I think it is. They asked for like water and ocean themed speedruns, and they came. Someone from GDQ came into our Discord, was like, "Hey, we make this event, and we need people in case some of the confirmed runs actually jump off." And I basically said, "Yeah, I can do that if someone's needed." And then I said, "Okay," they noted me down, and they never came back. So I guess no one jumped the ship that event. I can also, it has been a couple days now. I mean, last time I checked the vote we had regarding banning reset skips or reset glitches, however you want to call it. I guess we can put it into the rules now, unless there's like 5+ people that voted on it, because last time I checked it was 4-0 for banning everything. Guess I'll also do that once I come back again. So, Commander, what's the next chapter you want to do? Or currently trying to find a chapter that is still left that you actually want to do in the first place? By the way, was it Star that asked me for the capture card? Or was it Villa? Yeah, I mean, 4-4, you could probably save a bit of time with very good movement, but let me actually check if the current 4-4 record uses the skip that even I can't hit anymore. Let me see. 4-4. So, what does my comment say? Okay. Oh, it uses it. That's very bad for you. If you want to get the record, because maybe you can get it without it, but I'm not sure if it would be 100% needed. And at least from, like, mechanically wise, the skip is relatively easy. The problem is hitting it in the first place. So yeah, 4-4, at least getting a new record is very hard. I mean, to be fair, you don't have to look for time losses in my records. You can just assume there's time losses there because I usually get too lazy. So I guess out. So let me see how I did the second part of 7-4. If I did the second part of 7-4 decently, then I don't think I actually need anything. Or rather, I think you had the record for 7-4. Yeah, you're 18 seconds faster than me. Either you're really, really good or my run was really, really bad, or both. So you're using the other skip as well? Yes, okay. Wait, how did you do it? Ah, okay. Actually, yeah, your run is really, really nice. Actually, I'm not sure if I've ever shown that in a Out of Bounds compilation, but probably 7-4 would be the biggest skip that is still left in the game, I think. Basically, I mean, I can show. I'm not sure why I'm recording. There's no need to record this. I mean, I guess in case I hit it, but if I hit it, I'll just. Also, let me actually get it. Where did I put my paper? I want to note down which runs I've done today so I can actually go through my videos, but I put my sheets somewhere randomly. Just use this. What is this? Anything to write on? Ah, yeah, here. Let me see, I did. I did 13-3. What else did I do? I don't know. 6-3 I did. I think one more, 2 something maybe? 2... Oh, I didn't do 2-2, 3-2. No, 3-1 I did, yeah. I think those are the... I did. Yeah, so... I mean... Basically this one would be on par with 7-1 skip with how big it would be for the game, basically. Like, this would be one of the bigger skips. But basically, it would be the biggest skip that could still be found, probably. But so far, I was not able to find it. Or was not able to make it work. Or even, I don't even know if it's possible to begin with, so... After the second skip... Remember if you fast backdash, but probably. So here, after the second skip, you don't actually go back in bounds. You stay out of bounds. Now the question is, I don't remember. I remember you have to use your shadow to go here. I think you just go this way. At some point, yeah, you drop down. Now you're here. Oh no, I think no. This was something this was another thing I tried. I tried to go back out of bounds from here to like somewhere here or something. Something like this I tried, I think. Oh wait, I think I can go. Yeah, I can go. No wait, I can't go back up. I think. Let's see. Oh yeah, I can. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So what I would do is I would go in here, now I remember. So I would go in here, and then you go up here, and from there, you try to jump into here, and exactly, now you're here. The issue is, you're going to be stuck there, as far as I'm aware. So... I think it is in one of my I think it's in the latest Out of Bounds compilation, the specific one, but yeah, it's... Yeah. The question is if you could make it work. Can I do this? Yeah, I can. It's okay. Nearly fell off, that would have been really bad. So why am I not... Yeah, it's probably fell down somewhere. So maybe if you somehow could go to the last two... So I'm not sure if that's how it works. Maybe you just have to kill the last 2 enemies and that would automatically trigger the end. If that is the case, then... Yeah, that would be obviously really, really good. Wait, so where would that even be? So... we would have to go... That's always a problem when I don't see the stuff. Maybe I can get a better angle once I do the skip to actually see where specifically I would have to. Yeah, so... we have to be where the guy looks at, so I just perma-pause in case I die because I'm off screen, so I can see better. So we have to go to there, so we have to go all the way to the back. So maybe what you could do is you could use Energy Storm for that, maybe? I guess I paused so much I don't think I actually die if I stay like that. Yeah, so maybe we could do that, or again, once we're stuck there, we might be able to use energy missiles for it. But basically I would have to go all the way to the back and somehow go up again, and during that not die because I'm out of bounds. Because the thing is, I don't think we can go on. We cannot get on top of this hotel thingy next to the guy's robot, whatever it's called. Because to do that, we would have to get on top of the higher buildings, which I've tried, which as far as I'm aware is not possible. So. Okay. I think I have to turn the camera once in order to do this. I think so. So on top of. Or maybe I can just do this, yeah. There we go. Okay, so I'm here now. So I go in here just for setup. I go on top. Then I'll try it. I can see myself, so I am able to walk through there. So maybe if I walk a bit and then use missiles. But the problem then is I would have to stay alive long enough for it to trigger the cutscenes, and it doesn't instantly trigger the cutscene even if I kill them. And that is if they even spawn in at that point. I mean, there's still a chance it doesn't actually spawn in at that point. So, I guess we'll see in a second. So, can I... Oh no, but I can bash on top of this thing. And where am I now? Am I inside the building? Maybe. Oh no, I'm not. Okay. I mean, now I guess sound would be helpful because I don't actually know if I'm hitting anything. But yeah, this one was bad anyways because I did not actually turn the camera, so even if I did not get time for this one. And in theory you could also do this without going down here first, but I want the setup to be clean, so... If it is possible, then one could start doing like messy setups, so to speak. At least for now. Okay, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect, because I also just now didn't see any projectiles, so I wouldn't be surprised if it hit anything. And another thing I could try is once I go out of bounds and it changes the camera angle, I might be able to go across or somewhere else where there's something to hit. What if I go this way again? Does it change the... Oh, yeah, exactly. So I'm here now. I know where it is. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. So my missiles are blocked there. So... yeah. Maybe once I'm there I could try to somehow backdash up. That I could do. Maybe that would do something. Sometimes, like, random textures when you're out of bounds, you can just dash on top of for no reason. Or it could also be something. Okay, so at the very least I can still move there. Maybe if I just go right. Right, maybe something happens, but I doubt it. But yeah, this is like the one big thing. If it was able to be done, it would be big. mean, could you explain the triple jump using a broken tank? Well, there's not really much to it. It basically, for some reason, when you grab something, I think it doesn't have to be a tank, anything that you can grab. Yeah, exactly. The cars, for example, at the beginning of 7.4 you can also use for that. You basically it just resets your jump counter. Either it resets your jump counter, or it acts like, for example, in Mirror's Edge, where it basically sets your fall speed to 0, which equals to having, like a floor that you can jump off of. So it's basically just you jump, you hit square to grab something, and then you can jump again. Important to note, depending on the size of Knack, you can do either a double jump or only a single jump, but that's basically it. Like, why exactly that is the case, we don't know, but it's either of those two cases. Either your jump counter gets reset, or it acts like it sets your fall speed to 0, which acts as a floor to jump on. But again, you don't need a broken tank for that. Use anything that you can grab, which is basically just tanks or the cars that you get in basically Chapter 7. Let's see, maybe... I'm pretty sure I tried with this setup to go on top of the big buildings, but let's just try it anyways. So I'm here, I go to the top, jump on top of here. That doesn't work. But yeah, so if anyone wants to find a way to actually do this, be my guest. Because I'm not sure what else I could do. The only thing I could basically do is somehow try to turn the camera again so we have more time. That's basically the only idea I have right now. And of course I have not tried to, like, get the entire, like, try to figure out everything that's inside there. But it's gonna be big as well. Still have like after 10 minutes. Is there anything else you might want to know / want me to show you? Because I don't think I basically don't have enough time to do another run, at least a new chapter run. So I would have, yeah. Otherwise that kind of would be it. Yeah, I tried to figure out a setup for the first 10-1 skip, but sadly I did come up with something, but it's not that... I mean, number one, it doesn't really save... I mean, it still does save time, I can... But literally, it does save time, but it's not as safe as I would like it to be. Because, yeah, the camera in that area is ruthless. Otherwise, yeah, if I don't already have you on PlayStation Network, feel free to add me, I guess.
A place like this should be crawling with them.
Also, I know that you can skip this gate here, however, I'm not sure if you can do it as this small Knack, but if you skip this part, then get some relics and then go back, you can definitely skip it. You can also go out of bounds like here, but it doesn't save any time. And since you need relics anyways to do it, there's no point in doing it. Yeah, so this skip I'm talking about is my most hated skip, just because it can be really ruthless. So for example, like the camera here, like my save, what do you say? My save strat is basically, yeah, you go in here, or go out of bounds here, you go to this position where the camera moves for you, and then you can pretty easily, maybe, I'm not sure, no, I think you have to go to the left. It's been a while since I've done that. But yeah, something like this, basically, would be the safe version, but I've not been able to make it too safe yet. To be honest, I've changed it, so I don't actually know. I can text it to you later. So here, because yeah, that's the issue. Okay, so here is the area where you can actually make sure the camera kind of changes. So you go here and then maybe let's do this. Or do you have to? No, I think you have to go straight to the back. Are you able to? Well, the secret to that, Ilat, is there is a ledge you backdash onto. You just can't see it. The explanation is that easy. The skip obviously is not that easy because you have to know where to dash to, and you kind of have to learn the timing. But yeah, that's usually how it goes. It's just there is no trick to it. There's just another ledge that you can't see. Or if you mean this, yeah, this. So these, if you mean this specific gate, yeah, there's just like there's like a continuous ledge, I guess the best way to explain it. So it doesn't really matter where I dash on here, like it's just gonna push me up. So it's not, it's a slight bit precise, but it's not that precise. Yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, there's also a couple of skips where you literally backdash off a real ledge that we can't see. Why doesn't it change the camera here now? Am I dead? Or did I fall off? Didn't even see my model anymore. I've actually also tried doing 13.4 again, but technically it is a really easy record to get, but yeah, so you just go this way. Actually this might be a pretty good setup now. I think this is actually very replicatable. That might be really good because it makes this chapter so much easier. Yeah, the issue is with 13.4 that it uses a very RNG dependent way of actually doing the skip. I can show you in a moment. And the record, the number 1 currently, is very flawed, but it basically got insane RNG in that the way the skip was done for that IL usually does not work. But I guess I was just... Oh my god, this is actually so easy. Okay, then I'll take it back. 10-1 is not my most hated chapter anymore. Now it's 5-3. Because it doesn't like us doing skips. So yeah, fuck 5-3. Okay, so 13-4. This chapter I think had like 6 or 7 different setups. And yeah, all of them were not good. But yeah, the one we're currently using mainly is, I'm not sure if I would say it's the easiest, but it's definitely the highest in regards to in actually success rate. So yeah, you go to, I think here it was, you dash to it, you jump, and then you very quickly do this. And I think, yeah, no, you don't double jump actually. What you do is you jump once, delay your second jump, then dash attack. That's how you do it. It's very easy. I think my success rate with that, when I was still quite well trained in that skip, was 75%, which is very good. Back in the day, I think we had like a skip where I would say, or the setup was like 20%. Maybe if you're really, really, really good, 50%. I think I had like 1/3. I go here, and I didn't delay my jump. But anyways, that's the gist of this one. The IL version just uses dash, jump, dash attack, which is much easier to do, but the succession rate is also very, very low. And so the way that you normally do it is you just try to get on top of this structure to the right. But in my IL record, I actually just get instantly pushed down and killed, and it somehow still counted as hitting the checkpoint. I think I got the skip like 15-20 times, and never did it actually port me up. Like I never hit the... So you do this, basically. That actually never happened to me. I never just despawned. But yeah, usually what would happen is either you get pushed out and you die, or you get pushed up. And yeah, this just basically means you're soft locked here. I don't think you can actually get up here. So that is always really bad, especially when it happens in a run, because we don't remove load time. And there's a lot of load time if you have to quit out of the game. Which is also the reason I think on my last run that I did, after we found all of the different skips, the main reason, or it would have been a new world record, I think I was like 20 seconds too late. I would have, I mean, I can literally check the Discord, I'm pretty sure my message is still there. Runs. Oh no, I think I just posted it on Knack one. But anyways, I think I was like 20 seconds in the red, and like literally restarting or getting soft locked in 7-1. I think lost me like a minute just to load time. Load times alone maybe 40 seconds actually. Yeah. We probably, I mean, to be fair, you're pretty right, yeah, exactly. So exactly this. Of course, the moment I show it, it works, yeah? So that's basically it. That was what happened in my IL, which I never got to replicate, so yeah. Maybe I should have recorded, maybe I should have just continued, maybe, yeah. But anyways, yeah, my IL, the movement here is not very good. So would basically just have to know where to go to jump, because obviously like the things are still there. You just have to know where to skip it. I mean, to be fair, with load times, there's only really... Okay, I mean, you could argue you could remove the load time at the beginning, but that just means you start timing at a different rate, at a different time in theory. That you could definitely do. And other than that, there is the one before. It's one of the ones in chapter 7. I don't remember which one. There it can happen that you get load time, but I think outside of those two you don't have load time unless of course you quit out of the game. That's true. So in theory it would not be a lot of effort to remove load time. It would basically just be you time like maximum. I mean, obviously if someone quits out 50 times then you have to time it a bit more, but realistically speaking you don't have to remove that much. Oh, actually, okay. I mean, I'm also still playing on the original PS4, so I don't know how it is. But when I played on the PS5, it did not give me a load time. But to be fair, it also only, I think, if I remember correctly, it only gave you load time when it was not the first run you did, but if it was like the second or third run. So I think in New Game Plus, generally speaking, unless you reset it 1-1, you would never get it anyways. But in any person it can happen, you get it. And yeah, you don't really want someone to quit out of the game after one run just to reset like this counter for the load time. That's true. Yeah. By actually adding 2 more categories for Colosseum and Time Attack would actually not be a bad idea. It's also something we could do. Mid-air? Yes, you can. Let me think if there is somewhere where I think we could use that, but it doesn't matter, I just need a wall. Yeah, so the way you do it is basically when you dash onto something. During the dash animation, you can already change your stick. So the way I do angled backdashing is basically you line yourself up to the first wall, you jump, you dash, and then during your dash, you hold your stick in the direction you want Knack to face after. So maybe here it's not the best. Yeah, let me go somewhere where is there a really easy backdash right at the beginning of the here is it. It's not that easy, I think, but it's still easy. Okay, so can I stand on this? I don't think I can stand on this. Okay. So much to that. Actually, I just realized I can just do chapter 4-4 because there's boxes at the beginning that are really easy to dash on. Actually, are they easy to dash on? I'll just do it here. So this time I actually dash on top. Can I stand on that? No, I can't stand on there. Okay, I'll just do it normally. Yeah. So yeah, this is also a bit awkward. Yeah, I'll just go to 4-4. Because if it's 90 degrees, it's much easier because you have your stick has less time to travel, so to speak. So if you want to do 180 degrees, it's a bit easier to have a lot of setup for your skill. Yeah, actually, I can, I think, dash on top of the red box, so let's go there. So let's see, can I? Yes, I can, okay. So yeah, basically during this dash, so this, you can just move your stick already in the other direction. I can show it, I think, on the ground as well if I do this. Okay, no, there it doesn't work. There you still have turn speed. If I do this, see, I don't have any turn speed, basically. So I can do this in any direction I want. So yeah, basically you move your stick. I mean, I don't have a... I mean, I probably could, but then you would have to see my dirty desk, maybe? Do I want to show it? No, I don't want to show my desk, sorry. Otherwise I would have just said, okay, I'll show you my dirty desk. I mean, my desk is not dirty, but maybe next time. But yeah, that's how you do it. Yeah, if it was up to me, I would also like to play with an overlay of the controller. But the issue is, unless I do it via my computer, which means I would have to play through PS Now, I need something that records my controller inputs to PS4. I think is a bit... I mean, there are those things, I know it's basically the same as a capture card, but... yeah, I don't know, don't want to buy one. But I hope that helped. So, and this is the case for any setup where you have to turn after a backdash. And otherwise, that would be it from my side. So I wish you all a nice evening, or whatever time it is where you're currently. I'm under your US, so it should be noon, afternoon, depending where you are. So enjoy the rest of your day, I guess. Okay, see you.